During the postgrad studies with Full University and MIT ACT academic program, we were also able to study what is called motion perception. Motion perception is part of the cerebrum that reacts to animation, anything that relates to calculations, mathematicals. It's actually the part of the cerebrum that correlates to the cells that are known as empty cells. Empty cells activate when we view the rotation of an image, or it can also happen on spatial perspective. Spatial perspective is spatial intelligence that takes place in the parietal cortex and activates the artistic and arithmetic skills as well as spatial intelligence. We all have different type of intelligence. We have linguistic, spatial intelligence, mathematical intelligence, logistics, anything that correlates to nature, kinesia, body intelligence. We all have different type of intelligence, and that help us communicate and relate to people. We also have different type of memory that's called semantic memory, procedure memory, working memory, long-term memory, explicit memory, implicit memory. It's a fascinating set of components that take place when we that activate when we view an image. Emotions are formed with cell 1 and cell 2. What is cell 1 and cell 2? Cell 1 and cell 2 activates when we are able to memorize a concept or something that pleasantly that we recall. It correlates to memorization, and then of course memorization based on neuroscience studies correlate to what is known as emotions. We remember things when we link things with an emotion. We're able to relate better, we're able to correlate better when we remember certain events or facts in our lives that correlate to an emotion. That is one rule in neuroscience. Um, Research has also discovered statistical analysis of t-distribution. There's always research that measures gray matter and white matter, the size of the brain, and it's interesting because it activates with the alpha synchronization waves. The alpha synchronization waves are correlated to music. Music, high frequency, high pitches, and timbres. We have actually neurons that measure the timbre and musical tone that we listen on a brain. We've done fMRI studies, EEG, and it's a fascinating component of the brain because based on the music that we listen, we also tend to remember things better. We can do mathematics, for example. We can understand different formulas. We can understand what statistic is, as because alpha synchronizations is activating the neocortex, and then in the neocortex, there's a part of the brain that correlates to learning arithmetic skills and formulas, and it's a fascinating process. Um, During the postgrad program, I was able to do a lot of research, develop a lot of cognitive models, methodologies. It's fascinating. And to be able to link that to what we see, like animation, IQ, images, as we have dorsal stream, ventral stream. We have ways that we're able to measure the depth and hue of an object, and we have ways that we're able to measure the mathematics, as well the dimensions. That's a fascinating process. I think science is innovation. I love science. I love Full University and I love MIT ACT program. I think there's a lot of innovation going on in Cambridge, and based on that research and methodology that's constant developed, we can make changes to the economy. We can make ourselves ahead toward other countries. It's a fascinating it's fascinating to be able to correlate to that. Research, memorization, testing, doing schooling, learning is a way to enhance the brain and a way to correlate also to have intellectual conversations. There's an interesting study in quantum physics that is pure mathematics, but it shows you the different type of wavelengths and how people tend to correlate and come together based on those type of wavelengths. It's a quantum physics study that is extremely fascinating, and I think we can learn so much by understanding the harmonic wave, the linear equations, because it all correlates together. So How you feel, you're activating electrons, photons, molecules. You're activating and and not also activating, but making possible quantum physics. Quantum physics is a fascinating field. It correlates to personality, it correlates to intelligence, to memory, to how we relate to people. And if true, it's a fact, similar alike minds attract each other. That's a very fact and true wisdom that my father shared with me, and I'm glad. Um, Memorization is great, learning is great, doing studies, do your postgrad. I mean, go to academia and learn and invent and develop methodologies so you're able to develop with the world. Put us, and we can put ourselves ahead. It's an interesting to be able to understand the different type of models and methodology, what cognitive advertising is, the message strategy, emotive advertising. It's all fascinating. Um, Full Sail does a lot of innovative research, and MIT, of course, MIT, we do like a lot of innovative research, developing modern methodologies, artificial intelligence. We're doing artificial intelligence right now in cognitive neuroscience. It is a fascinating field because it's interesting how we're able to control games with our thoughts, with our intelligence. As we're activating that part of the brain and it's controlling the way the game operates. And yes, videos and video gaming that actually affects the personality of a person. It's fascinating. It's a lot of research, but it's true. It correlates how people will relate, how people will innovate with. Um, Cambridge does a lot of great research. Europe does a lot of great research. Another great school that I've been to, the Autonomous University of Barcelona, a lot of innovative research, a lot of methodologies. There's a program that's called Cognitive Science, and we also study what is the message, the science behind that specific message. I love academia. I love knowledge, and I think it's been a great um, it's been a great journey. My father taught as well. He was a Nobel laureate nominee in the areas of mathematics and science. So as I'm talking to you, my neural mechanism is actually thinking and correlating and activating. So I'm able to view the page number that I'm studying, or I'm able to view the the research that I'm doing. I'm able to be blessed and see it on my brain. I'm able to see the specific image that I'm actually talking about, the dendrite, the axon, the cell body. I'm able to see it so vividly in my brain, and I think this is a blessing from God. I'm very blessed. Research, we cannot go wrong with research or mathematics or science. We can do statistics, we can understand what regression is, forecasting is, different type of formulas, calculation of the gross domestic product, understanding the equilibrium of the economy, the slope. There's actually is a formula, the P is a calculation for the product and consumer consumption. Product and consumer consumption. As I'm talking to you, I'm able to view the page on my brain too. It's a great gift, I think. Um, we do need a lot of research, a lot of innovation, and I think that's what's gonna make this country so rich. All this research and innovation that we're able to create, um, because that's where actually innovation takes place. Innovation doesn't take place in the government. Um, Innovation takes place in academia and research. All these brilliant ideas that we're able to generate takes place in academia and research. There was an interesting study that showed how men think and women think. Women have the mental ability to do mental mathematics, generate ideas, do spatial perspective and visualization. Men have the capability to see a problem and analyze, go step by step. They're also very good when it comes to statistics. I can see it from my side of the family too. My father, a Nobel laureate nominee, my brother, great statistics. And of course, I love statistics. I love learning, regression, forecasting. It's fascinating. I'll be sharing more of this research and it's to encourage people to learn and to make innovation possible. Nidia.